Welcome back, Bubbas, to another episode of the Tilt House Hitting Podcast. You have Ben and Bebo, as always, boys. Beautiful Sunday night. Beautiful Sunday for some baseball. Beautiful Sunday for 100 fucking 15 degrees down here in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
It's been a warm one. And speaking of the warm ones, my boy Ketel Marte, right down the road from me, spotted at talking stick. Talking stick, yeah. I mean, he's sitting at 250 average, 21 pumps, and
Oh, you got to back it up, dude. You got to back it up. You're not telling the whole story.
Oh, go. Feel free. Take it, Ben.
Yeah. So my boy, in Boston on I think Tuesday night, just literally didn't show up for the game, and then the team flew him back on Wednesday. He got examined and then placed on the IL, and then in the midst of that happening, he was then spotted at the table in the Talking Stick Casino. I think Torey Lavello's quotes were something along the lines of "wouldn't have been something that I would have done." Kind of agree with Torey there, and I kind of feel bad for Torey and the Diamondbacks because Ketel has put them in an absolutely awful situation. But yeah, it's wild. Did I miss anything?
No, Marsh. I'm waiting. Yeah, Marsh.
No, so what should they do then?
Dude, I don't know. This is a really
that's a trade deadline.
This is a really
I mean, of course,
trade
they can't
situation.
I mean, I know he's a premium second baseman, but not statistically this year. I know he's had a really bad start, and I know he's been better as the season's gone on to actually get him back to that 250 average. But it just hurts them as a team as a whole to just have a guy just go MIA on you and to do other things like off the field, questionable stuff. And then, yeah, I couldn't imagine. I talked to someone in the organization on Thursday, like asking where he's at. He's like, yeah, bro, like there's so many rumors going on in the clubhouses, and he's in AAA. He's like, there's so many rumors going on, like it's wild. Like I have no idea. Like no one knows what he's doing, where he's at, or what the fuck is going on. So, yeah.
Well, something similar happened last year, right? Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think one of his houses in the Dominican burnt down. So, I mean, no one's gonna fault him for heading that way and missing a few games, but apparently last year they were disappointed that he left the team to go tend to his house there, and then similar situation here, but minus the house, and he's betting on the other house.
He disappeared, and I think that last year, like the team kind of rallied behind him in the sense that like it was like, yeah, dude, that's a tragedy that happens, right? Like things like that are crazy anomalies. Like it's bigger than baseball. This one feels totally different in the fact that like teammates, coaches, everybody that's kind of said anything about it and come out, they're like, we don't know what's going on. He just didn't show up, and we're kind of left high and dry. And like I think in like this sense, like you look at a guy like Nolan Arenado, who's like a freaking however year long veteran, right? Like he was supposed to get an off day the day that Ketel didn't show up. Now Nolan's got to play. Nolan's been battling. I forget what it is specifically that he's been battling, but he's got a lingering issue going on right now. And so like that day off for a guy like Nolan Arenado is huge. And now you're taking that away from him because you're being selfish. And so now you're hurting the team. And if Nolan Arenado were to further injure himself, or you know what I mean? Like if that gets worse because of the fact that you just don't show up, now you're not only hindering the team yourself, you're hindering other people on the team, and you are drastically impacting the overall performance of the crew. So it's very selfish. I don't know. Everything that I've heard from Lavello and the other guys, I think who's the freaking reliever?
I did see that clip. And the picture came out. It's like,
why can't I not think of his name?
White
big
guy.
Country guy.
Yeah.
Ginkel.
No,
Kevin Ginkel. Yeah, Kevin Ginkel. He was very outspoken about it, just like confused. And I think that that's kind of the sentiment. It's crazy that this is where we're at, but I don't know, man. Until we definitively know what happens, it's all hearsay at this point. But you hope everything's okay, and you hope that it all kind of gets resolved, and hopefully the Diamondbacks can, put it aside and get to the playoffs and go on a run. Who knows? But only
Well,
one
let's
team
not
can
hope
only win
that,
one day.
but
Well,
I don't
what?
care
As a
about
Giants
that
fan,
part.
I don't care. I don't care anymore who wins. I was talking to AK about this. I don't care anymore.
As long as it's not
About
the Dodgers.
All right. Well, if you did care, right? Like you said, they're right in it. Is Ketel the most important piece that's missing, or do you guys think that Corbin Carroll, like if they lost Corbin Carroll, would it be worse, or how do you feel? Like who's the most important piece on the Diamondbacks? Is it Ketel and they lost him, and so their hopes are down, or what do you think?
No, we had this conversation before. Remember, Ben, about like losing Cartel and bumping everyone up in the order and stuff like that. But like, it hasn't seemed to be a problem yet. I mean, like I said, I know we had a slow start, but 250, 21 pumps out of your premier second baseman. Like, I obviously understand not many people are doing that in general with the 21 homers up the middle. But it would be more devastating if something happened to Corbin, 100%. Like, you have guys like in the midst just waiting to come up. Like the Diamondback organization has enough prospects, especially I feel like in the infield to do so. Whether it's bringing guys up in the corner, moving someone over to the middle. When Troy comes back, when Troy comes back, like he'll go back up the middle and play some outfield too. So I'm not too worried about them. It's just a matter of fact of it's just a shitty situation.
Yeah. Can you shout him out then, since you already said his name?
I was thinking about Tommy Rover. I played softball with him, and he played at a college with another one of our friends. And I was just thinking,
playing.
Tommy. I know he's playing. I know he's still playing.
Yeah.
Indie ball, right?
Something like that.
Too good. Too good. Anyways, hey, I know this is a hitting pod. We know that. We discussed it. We love hitters. We don't love pitchers, regardless of the fact. Kate Anderson, big debut. What did you guys see from his debut? I know, Marsh, you probably were paying a little more closer attention. And then, side question is, are teams getting really aggressive with the prospects and calling them up? Or is he that good where he deserves to be there? Do you guys think? Just in general. Not saying Kate Anderson. Obviously, he deserves to be there. But, like, the fact that guys are 19, 20, 21 making the jump from a AA, which I know you can, right to the bigs.
Go, Marsh. Go.
Yeah, and in general, I don't think that's the case. I don't think anyone's getting called up too soon. And in his case, the numbers spoke for themselves. Like when you're doing that, and you mentioned in the Texas League, like he deserved the chance to come up only a year into his rookie year in the minor leagues. But yeah, I think maybe we can start having this conversation like after the new CBA, because assuming controls stuff either is limited or goes away altogether, then people will start coming up sooner. But to this point, I think everyone is coming up at like the proper, if not later than they should be. What do you think, Ben?
I think I think we're obviously past the deadline to where the team still got control of the guys. So that's why he's up. That's why Joshua Baez, the Cardinals waited until that point in the season to pull him up. So I think that in general, I think that we'll start seeing guys come up younger because guys are more ready sooner, like we've talked about before with the TrackMans and with the different things that, hitters and pitchers, everybody's got metrics on everything these days. So they're being tracked and monitored from a younger age. So everybody's a little bit more advanced. But with that being said, I think that this was a timely call up and they needed him. The Mariners are needing it right now. I don't know where they sit in the standings, but I know it's not pretty. They're muddled up in that group of teams.
They're 3 games back of Houston.
Bro, there's 7 games. There's 7 games under 500. Like, they need every bit of help they can get. And if it's going to be Kate Anderson, then great. I will say this, Lance Brozdowski tweeted it. In AA, his average four-seamer velo was 93.7 with 2,180 revolutions per minute. And it had 18.8 inches of vertical break and 8.4 horizontal. His start yesterday, Saturday, his fastball top or average 93.6. So that was the same, but his revolutions per minute were 1976. His vertical break was only 15.4, and his horizontal run was only 7.3 inches. So basically, what Lance was saying with that is that the ball from AA to the major leagues is entirely different. And the fact that he just made that jump, was kind of shocking to him, because to not have that AAA experience, especially, they're using more of an MLB style ball. And one, I just think it's crazy that we're using different balls at different stages of the levels of the game. I think that that's silly in and of itself, but it's kind of crazy to see that perspective and the drastic difference. I mean, you're talking about 3 inches of vertical difference and another inch of run side to side. That's a big difference. So for him not to get that movement, he wasn't as effective. Granted, I know he got clipped a little bit, but pretty crazy.
Yeah, and we talked about the prospect side, but specifically him. Obviously, I don't have those numbers like that Ben just read out, and that was my first time seeing the full performance. But from what we heard, his location was that was his thing. He has the stuff. He's not going to overpower you with his fastball, but he can locate the heck out of the ball, right? And so I saw early on in his start, he was getting to a lot of 3-ball counts, and some of the guys bailed him out with 3-2 sliders in the dirt. They just swung over the top. Maybe that's nerves. Maybe that's just the adrenaline pumping. He just didn't have the same location that had been talked about all season. So, yeah, I think he fell behind hitters and it hurt him. And then third time through the lineup always hurts a pitcher. That was when they got him. Bregman saw him for a third time. Bush saw him for a third time. PCA saw him for a third time. So, I don't know. It wasn't anything discouraging. It was still a good, solid start that you'll definitely take out of a young rookie making his debut.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Really good stuff. Speaking of even better stuff, though, Yordan Alvarez. What's the Triple Crown check looking like?
Where's that ex-Woba, dude? Where's that sexy ex-Woba?
The crazy thing is, yeah, I mean he's leading. The crazy thing is that he is kind of slumping though. He hasn't been the same Yordan that we've seen all year though. These last week and a half or so, he has been slumping.
Yeah, the ex-Woba's dropped 30 points last week.
It looks like he's pretty solid. Dingler's behind him for RBIs. He's kind of struggling himself.
Yeah,
he's ahead of Chandler Simpson in average, and that's by about 10 points. The one that's scary is Caminero is 1 homer behind him, and then Pete is a homer or 2 behind him as well. So it's going to be
Pete's
down
hot.
to the wire with
Pete's hot,
Caminero, and Yordan. So whoever gets on this homer streak in the last month or so.
Yeah, let's be a fun.
And I don't know if you guys saw on MLB Network. They talked about obviously the last Triple Crown we saw was Miggy, and at the exact same point in time, Miggy was down 8 home runs. He was down a decent amount, 5 to 8 homers, and he went on and hit 12 home runs in his last 20 games to win the Triple Crown. So, Yordan's maybe not has to do, because obviously he's leading. He doesn't have to do anything that extreme, but still needs to go on a run because Caminero and Pete are right there.
Which is crazy to say because he's been on a run all year long. He has not had a really bad month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, I'm excited to see. That's gonna be a fun watch. Kind of to kind of keep an eye on down to the end of the stretch here. And again, speaking of heaters, keep the train rolling. The Brew Crew, #1 spot in MLB Power Rankings. Ben, I know you're gonna want to chirp in on this. Compared to Atlanta, compared to LA, do you guys trust Milwaukee to win the NL?
Even over sorry, I didn't hear you say LA, but go ahead, Ben.
I saw some funny thing about the Brewers. It was basically the Moneyball thing, and it was going over. Their secret is they get on base. because the Brewers are literally like what that Moneyball A's team is in a way, in that they take a lot of walks and their on base percentage is very high, and it's the highest in the league. And I saw some interesting thing. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with like the Foolish Baseball guy, Foolish Bailey. He said something about on MLB Network with Brian Kenny about how essentially the Brewers are not built for the playoffs because they're built to maximize the regular season, and they're built to walk and take advantage of pitchers who don't control the zone over 162. But once the playoffs come around and the pitching starts getting refined, and you got guys with elite stuff who are going to control the zone and attack hitters as opposed to the other way around, the Brewers start to get into a little bit of trouble. And that philosophy changes because it goes one from kind of passing the baton to somebody needs to do something, and it compounds quick. I'm personally not a believer in the Brewers being one. I think that it's the Dodgers and then the Braves, to tell you the truth, before I'd go Brewers. I trust Sale. I don't know what Schwellenbach's status is, but I trust Sale. If you go Molly, if you want to patch it together with Martin Perez and Grant Holmes, whoever, I still trust the Braves lineup more than I do the Brewers come playoff time.
Mm-hmm. Marsh.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much, on the same page as Ben, but I think this might be, like, regardless of record, I think this might be the best Brewers team we've seen. And part of that's the pitching. Obviously, Kyle Harrison's had a breakout year with them, and they're getting guys like Drohan and Logan Henderson who seemingly come out of nowhere. Then the Miz. Dustin May's kind of struggled, but I'm sure they'll be able to figure him out. I don't know. Their pitching's pretty good. And then you guys like Ashby in the bullpen, who's freaking nasty. McGill's had a solid year, among other arms. So their pitching's going to keep them in games. And so if they can be scrappy, play small ball, get on base, like, of course, they're playing with all the confidence in the world. So, like, why would, the playoffs starting change their mindset? So, as long as they keep rolling, like, they have the like the experience in the regular season with all this success. So why not keep it rolling?
Yeah, keep it rolling. It is rolling with the Phillies. 9-1 in their last 10, 3 games back from the Braves, who are
9 straight.
3-7. Yeah, they just ripped off 9 straight. I mean, are they a team to maybe overtake the Braves in the East? You guys think that's going to happen? You think you don't not a chance?
What's the leader?
They won 9 in a row, and they're still 2.5 back.
They're 3 back. Braves are 76 and 55. Phillies are 73 and 58.
They won 9 in a row. Water will find its level. They did this earlier in the year too, where they pushed back within like 2 to 3 games, and then separated itself. I think that it just ebbs and flows of the season. I think that they got an elite pitching staff. They're a team that's built for October, and I think that it's kind of crazy that probably realistically one of these. I mean, they could end up facing each other in the first round of the playoffs. That's a real possibility with the Dodgers and the Brewers up top, because I don't know if the Braves will catch either of those teams, or the Phillies catch them. Who knows? But it's pretty nuts to think about. They could match up and they could knock each other out. That first round bye is so huge.
Yeah.
Really?
I'd say so.
You think so? That's always like the complaint, though. It's a disadvantage. I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but that's always a complaint.
No, dude. I know the complaint, and I think that it's ill-advised. I think that you can line up your pitching. I think that you can get guys rest, because guys are probably AK. Tell me, how are you feeling after a full season's worth of games?
I think the most games I played in a season was 90 or something like that, and it was only out of 142, and I was by the All-Star break, which is like the halfway point, or kind of like past the halfway point.
I'm talking the end.
I know. No.
You're
Let me
skipping.
finish.
I understand.
Let me finish.
I want to jump right to the freaking end.
No. Let me finish. By the All-Star break, I was counting down the days till it was over. The first 3 months, cool. I'm good. I'm fresh. Little lingering stuff, but after game like 60, dude, it's so brutal.
You're telling me Matt Olson, who's going to play 162 again, by the way, the MVP slander for him not even being mentioned. I can't stand it. Matt Olson is so consistent, so good every single year, and he plays 162. I just want a little more respect on Matt Olson's name, but that's besides the point. Like a guy like him getting a couple of days off to breathe and get off his feet, you don't think that he'd relish that? I don't care. Like nowadays, if you really want to face live pitching, they've got the machines to simulate that. I don't think that the rust versus rest argument's valid. I think that getting guys off their feet, lining up your pitching, having a fresh pen going into the next series, like we saw what it did to the Cubs last year. Look what the Cubs had to do. Like they ran Matthew Boyd into the ground, and we're bringing him back on 2 days rest or 3 days rest or whatever the hell it was. Like they were gassed.
Yeah, he's got a good point there. You can just hop on. Every single team has the trajectory machine now. Every single team.
Yeah.
Like there is no. We had one in our minor league facility at the Giants. Yeah. Like we had one for our minor leaguers. I'm sure they got 2 or 3 in every single big league clubhouse.
The only thing you can't simulate is that playoff atmosphere and the full crowds and the roars and the ebbs and the flows of the game. But like, dude, I don't think it's that worth the risk of running into. I mean, God forbid if you're the freaking Braves and you run into Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler, and Jesus Luzardo in a 3-game set. Like, no, thank you. Please and no. No, I'd rather have the bye.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my question is, obviously you're fresher, and they know they're suiting up and getting prepared for a playoff series, so that's a little different. But like I was gonna ask AK, like he can relate to like the all. How long was your All-Star break?
I think it's like 3 or 4 days, if that.
And how much? Like I said, like they're preparing for the playoffs. So like how much work did you put in on those 3 or 4 days?
Me personally, nothing. I didn't touch a ball. I was hurting. I not a single lick, not a swing, not a throw. You missed me with that shit. I was fucking tired. I spent my day in Eugene like a normal human being, or in San Jose like a normal human being, enjoying my time off. And then,
all right, but if you went through your routine,
what were you doing? What were you doing on those days off?
In San Jose, my first year Pro Bowl, I went to Santa Barbara with Nat, my girlfriend, for about 4 days, and we drove back up to San Jose, and I think we played Modesto at the time. And then in Eugene, I actually got called up during the All-Star break from Eugene to Richmond, and then a day later I was on a flight back to Arizona because I tore my hamstring. So thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that's how
you spent all that time in the car. You let that lactic acid build up, and then you tore the hammy. It makes sense, hindsight 2020. I'm telling you right now,
bro. Fucking dude, I have a video of it. My foot. I went to stretch. So the bang bang play. I stretched, and you can see my foot slide because they just watered it in like the 3rd inning or 2nd inning, whatever it was. And all of a sudden here, and
you ever thought about suing whatever? Were you wearing New Balances? You ever thought about suing New Balance for
New Balance? No, I used New Balance in high school, and I really liked them. But the cleats on the inside of like my big foot would always rip off. And
what
I was like,
cleat were you wearing?
Just a regular. I don't know what kind of New Balances they were. I had 2 or 3
pairs.
You were
wearing was New Balance
in high school.
When you hurt your hammy.
Oh no, I was wearing my
trying to get to the culprit.
I was wearing my Adidas, my Addy Zeros.
Oh, damn Adidas! Look what they did to D Rose, dude. Dude, I had some crummy. This is a sideshow. I had some crummy Adidas basketball shoes when I was like 12 years old. I went on a stretch where I went right ankle, left ankle, right ankle. Sprained my ankles back to back to back. It was just one then the other, and I was like overcompensating on one, and then I fuck up the other one, and then I mess up the other one. It was bad, rough. So yeah, fun fact: don't buy $20 Adidas. They were some like Derrick Rose shoes from Ross, dude, and they were blue, and they were, I was a baller. Don't get me wrong, but
no, I don't like this.
Buy some basketball shoes. Get some good ones. If you're gonna buy some spikes, get some good ones.
No, I don't put the Adidas slander because okay, here. It happened at Fresno.
I like my Adidas golf shoes. I like those.
At Fresno, we went from my freshman year at Fresno, bro. We had the perfect setup. Easton bats, Nike jerseys, and like Easton gloves. And I was like, you know what? I can deal with the Easton gloves with the Nike jerseys and the Easton bats. That was fire. Great combo. Adidas came in. Bro, those jerseys are so goddamn ugly, bro. The Adidas jersey we were rocking at Fresno, so gross. But I loved the shoes. The shoes were nasty. They were comfortable. Like they were good, comfortable shoes. But the jerseys, absolutely disgusting. And I wish we had Nikes. And I was so sad when we made the switch because checks over stripes. But anyways, yeah, we're getting off topic here. Speaking of that,
Ooh, can I do something?
absolutely, please.
Let's play a game, boys.
Oh.
Pick your 3 AL wildcard teams. Who's gonna get that third spot?
Mars, let you handle this first.
So for a little bit of context,
the Guardians,
folks, we've got the Yankees. They're plus 9.5. They're good, most likely. We'd assume. Red Sox are plus 6.5, and then the Guardians are 65 and 66. The Rangers are 65 and 66. The Blue Jays are 64 and 68. The Twins are 63 and 68. The Orioles are 63 and 68. The Mariners are 62 and 69, and the Detroit Tigers are 61 and 59. Also, by the way, shout out to the Royals. They're 58 and 74. They're on a win 8. They're on an 8-game winning streak. So watch out. The Royals are back in this thing now because this freaking AL wild card's a freaking shit show.
I still like Texas.
Dude.
Ain't no
That's fine. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
I still like Texas. Why? They're holding on to the third spot, and I know they're going to hold on to the third spot.
All right. I haven't watched much Texas. Can you... I don't even want to call you up, but like, do you understand how crazy some of these lineups that they run out are?
Do you understand that they're first place in the AL West? Do you understand that the first place in the AL West?
Bro, Ezekiel Duran's like 1 through 4 for them.
They're not first place.
Yeah, they are.
Houston is.
The Astros are.
Oh shit, you're right. My bad. Wait.
Yeah,
right. They wouldn't be a wild card.
The Big Brothers are in first place.
Okay, you're right. My bad. They won't be the third wild card seed because they're going to win the West, by the way. In that case, I think that the Tigers are going to take it.
That's the second worst pick. I wouldn't.
Okay. Enough trolling. I actually think the Orioles. I think the Orioles are playing some good ball right now. I know they're 5-5 over the last 10, but just kind of I've been watching a handful of their games on ESPN and stuff like that, and I don't think they're far off from catching a heater and being in that third wild card spot. If to be completely honest, that would be my team to kind of watch going through that last couple stretch right here is Baltimore. If they can just find a way in, I think they'd surprise a lot of teams in October.
Shane Boz has been really good.
Is that better? Is that a less troll pick?
Yeah, I guess it's better-ish. Pete Alonso's hot. Kobe Mayo swinging it. Encarnacion Strand swinging it. They're playing better. My 3 teams will be, I got the Yankees and the Red Sox sticking. I'm going all AL East, fellas. I'm going to take the Jays. I just love Dylan Cease, Jose Soriano, and Shane Bieber up top. I think Dylan Cease is pretty much like a pencil it in win day for them at this point. He's filthy. Thank you for trading him to me, okay? I like what they've gotten out of Bateman in center leading off. He's been a nice, shoe in, and granted that was from the Gossman trade. So like the Blue Jays perceived at the deadline, but they got Soriano back. They traded some relievers. Yeah, they traded Hoffman, but they've got some different guys down there. They've got, they picked up Paul Sewald. Spencer Miles has stepped up. Trevor Rogers is just a dog. Louis Varland's nasty. And they kind of just make it work. Alejandro Kirk's been red hot. I like Okamoto. I love Jimenez defensively. Jesus Sanchez is okay. Nathan Lucas, they got some guys, and the one kicker, dude. And I didn't even mention Ernie Clement. I also love him. Josh Smith, good backup. If Vlad gets going, we're talking about a totally different thing right now. I don't know if it's in there at this point. I know that there's been some whispers about his back, but for the sheer fact that I love their defense and I love their top 3 in their rotation, I like the Blue Jays to get in.
Fair enough. I know you've been talking about the Blue Jays for a while now. They were kind of been on your radar for a minute. Yeah, you talked about it a couple weeks ago.
He has been.
Yeah.
He has been.
You've been kind of on this Blue Jay
Did
kick
I?
recently. Yeah. You said this at the trade deadline or something like that. You were talking about them like that. Yeah.
We have mentioned them. I don't know. We definitely
you have definitely name dropped the Blue Jays and like bouncing back or something like that, or that they were selling, but they're a good team.
Well, don't forget. I've made a couple of takes. I said the Red Sox or the Tigers were going to get in. Boy, I got one of them right. Tigers might be dead. I don't like them anymore.
Hey, you know who's had quiet years, but I didn't know this? Randy Arozarena has now put together 6 straight 2020 seasons. Isn't that kind of crazy of a stat to just pull up? Like Randy, like I know Randy's been good, but like last year, like was an absolute fall off. No, am I mistaken? Of like, man, he's going to his contract year, all these thoughts, like, yet he still had a 2020 season.
No, he's been steady. I don't think that's any shocker.
I think this year he's definitely been better for sure.
I think honestly, some of his stuff can be. I'm sure Mariners fans find it like aggravating. Like he'll just like trot to some balls and like casually let them fall and like things like that. But then he'll rob homers, and then he'll hit homers. Like the Kate Anderson game, he literally led off the game with a homer, robbed a homer in the first. So he robbed a homer defensively in the first, hit a homer, and then hit the walk-off homer to end the day. But I know that there's been days where, like, you know, I've heard the announcers literally getting on him, like, about a drop fly ball, for instance. But so, like, that's the type of guy he is, where all of a sudden he just kind of shuts it off, but then he kicks it on. So it's kind of hard to be mad at him. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest. But it plays. What he did Saturday was impressive. What he's done 6 years has been impressive.
Yeah. Meep.
Meep. Was that Tommy Pham?
Meep.
Is that Tommy?
Oh,
Pham?
what did he say again to that guy, bro? That's just some crazy.
Dane Myers,
like, dude.
Come on, dude.
What was the whole Twitter beef again, bro? What happened?
What did he say? I missed it.
Tommy Pham basically said Dane Myers. So this all stems back to the play where the Cardinals were playing the Reds. Dane Myers sprints over to left center. There's 2 outs in the top of the 9th. The Reds are up 5-4. Sprints over in the left center gap. Calls off the left fielder. It's in left field. It's the left fielder's ball, I'd say, in most cases. Dane Myers calls him off, drops it. 2-run score. Reds go on to lose. And Tommy Pham basically went on to Twitter and say, this is what happens when you try to impact your WAR by going into left center to get balls that are perceived as extended range, essentially. And then Dane Myers clapped back. They went back and forth basically saying, you're washed, you stink. You're washed, you stink. That's basically what transpired. You can go read it if you'd like. I didn't read the whole thing. I read most of it, but after a little bit, they got into a bunch of stats about expected statistics, WRC. It was a lot of mumbo jumbo back and forth. It wasn't worth it.
Something about his eyes are at 38 years old are better than his eyes. Like what? Some random shit, bro. Like these old eyes of mine are better than yours.
You know what clip I love? Like I know Tommy Pham has had a couple of like these incidents. Like didn't he slap Jock Peterson or something like that?
Oh yeah.
And that was I think that was in Cincinnati too. Maybe it wasn't, but anyway, the clip that I watch all the time is when he was on the White Sox, and this was 2 years ago, I think, when they were easily the worst team in baseball, and he got hosed at the plate against the Brewers, and I think he either didn't slide or something. He just got tagged pretty hard. Wait, is that what it was? He just got tagged too hard, and then the White Sox announcer is like, I don't care what our record is. We ain't taking that. We ain't taking that from the
Oh,
Brewers.
yeah, that's a
and then
good
he's
one.
like, Tommy's barking at him. He's barking back. Like, he's like, I don't care what our record is, because they were like 20 and 100 at that point. Like, it was easily the worst team in baseball. But I guess that shows you, like, if Randy's having a tough time, getting up for games because they're struggling, like Tommy Pham's showing fired 100 games under 500.
Yeah, that was a wild one. That's a good clip, Marsh. That's a good clip.
Oh, I need to confirm something real quick. I think. Oh yeah. So in 2006, Tommy Pham was drafted, right? You know what draft pick he was in the draft that year?
No clue.
496. In 2022, you know who was drafted at 496?
Dave Myers.
AK. Who are you talking about?
So some of that 496 connection, you know what I'm saying? I love the way he plays that fire. So yeah, I found I just found that out like about a year ago. I was like, who else is 496? I was like, Tommy Pham picked 496.
Ooh,
Don't be booing 496. I will forever back up.
Woba.
Shout out Isaiah Gallison, Derek Serta, Aiden Latin, Colby Hatler, all the dogs at 496. Please stand up.
Dogs.
Speaking of some dogs, Benny, you can probably chime in on this one. Chicago, 68 and 62. They've been one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah, you bet your ass there.
Do you trust them in October, though, or are they way too ahead of schedule and it's going to have a first-round exit?
Feels about right. That feels about right. First round exit.
A first round exit?
I think those AL East teams are much better than them as a whole. Like, I mean, outside of Grant Taylor, I realistically, anytime anybody trots in out of their bullpen, I'm kind of nervous. And outside of Sean Burke, I kind of feel the same way about anybody starting. And realistically, like, you get down to, I get it. Some of these guys, Randall Grichuk's of the world, Braden Montgomery's been playing well. But like, if we get down to the Everson Pereiras of the world and different guys down at the bottom of the lineup, that catcher spot between Drew Romo and Jake Rogers, like, there's some holes. But boy, I'll tell you what, Moonshot Ataka Murakami, he's a dog. Miguel Vargas, dog. Chase Mydroth playing well. Tristan Peters, all-star somehow. All-star. Sam Antonacci, I love the way he plays. Yeah, dude, they just got dogs up and down the roster. I like them. Do feel kind of first-round exit-ish, but crazier things have happened. You just got to get there. I love Grant Taylor out of the pen. But outside of that, I do not love very much of what they got going on the pitching department.
Luis Castillo.
Yeah. No, I'd say like good for them. Of course, you want to be successful and get into the playoffs, but I wouldn't even say they're early. They're not early because they just don't have the talent. It's not like, like these relievers in 2 or 3 years are going to be good. Like Ben's right. Like their bullpen is really bad. Jordan Hicks is our closer now. Not that he's horrible, but like that's just out of nowhere. Like Jordan Hicks is now the closer.
No.
Yes, he closed like the whole.
They do by committee. They go by committee.
Okay, but he closed that whole Cubs series.
I watch a lot of White Sox.
What are we doing?
I watch a lot of White Sox ball, dude. Their bullpen was so beyond taxed because the series before that series against the Cubs, they had gone to extra innings and like had used a bunch of their starters.
That's what I meant against the Cubs.
It was something to do with the Hagen Smith because Venable messed up and pulled him out prematurely because he went to do the extra mound visit.
That was a long time ago.
He messed up. They had to cover 7 innings that day. And then there was somebody else who went down. I don't know who, but somebody got hurt. And basically they had to cover a crap ton of innings. And their bullpen has been very used. Like Newcomb, Hudson, Hicks, Brazovan. They've all been just rotating through. And boy, I tell you, Trevor Richards, every time he appears on a new baseball team, I'm like, that guy still pitches? What the heck is going on? Does anybody else feel that way?
like he said, I feel that way if Grant Taylor's not on the mound, and I don't know why he's not pitching every ninth inning. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they like to
Like
use him in those long. They like to use him like 2 innings, and then they burn him.
but like do 4 outs then. Do 4 outs in the ninth. The other guy that's kind of speaking of being on a hot streak, Benintendi's been on one. He carried them to that Cubs series. I don't know what he did later in this week, but I was paying attention to that series specifically. And there was like no one cooler to me when besides like Benintendi when he came up with the Red Sox originally.
Sox. Yeah,
I still rock his Red Sox jersey T-shirt, Benintendi. I don't know, dude. I don't know. So it's cool. I mean, he's lasted this long. Maybe he wasn't what they thought he was going to be, but he's still having a big impact. Still a good veteran bat. So I don't know. They're definitely not like too early because I think their offenses can compete, but yeah, they just don't have the talent and not even like young talent in the bullpen. So
Well, I mean, if the playoffs were to start today, like just today, they would be facing either Texas or Cleveland in a 3-game series. So,
they can do that. They can do that.
so you're saying they
I
wouldn't?
kind of like Cleveland. I kind of like Cleveland in a 3-game set, though. Or best of 5.
I mean, yeah, I
whatever you
love
wanna use.
Gavin Williams and Mezek,
Yeah.
Cade Smith in the back.
Yeah.
You're
You
probably
let
done.
them get their pitching lined up, and they're dangerous. And they can hit just enough. Joe Adell, watch out, by the way. Joe Adell, they might have found something there. Just saying. This isn't the first time an Angel's left Anaheim, and all of a sudden
he had a
gets his
fantastic year
ring,
last year,
his
though.
wings. I understand, but I think that it's to different levels. A lot of that was empty calories, in my opinion, with the Angels last year. Now it's ball that matters. Granted, this last series was in Colorado, and he had some extra stats there, but since he's joined the Guardians, I forget. I think it's TJ Stats. You can go on there and put like the baseball savant for periods of time. Basically, he's like very blood red essentially during his time with the Guardians.
Yeah, and Jose Ramirez is back, so why not?
Hey, he's been bad since he's been back.
Yeah, but
he has not been the
Jose
same.
Ramirez,
dude. Go look at the stats; they're not good.
he's fine.
I don't know. I
don't know. I don't know if you're right. I think he's had a couple.
Look at Lindor. Look at Jackson Holiday. Both those guys had a hamate. It's the same injury. They took a while. Jackson Holiday's just now finally starting to go. For the longest time, Lindor, and still, like I haven't really heard that much noise about Lindor. That hamate's no joke, dude. It's the swing.
If you can't grip a bat, it's so hard. Like it feels like you're swinging with one hand.
I'm trying to find these Jose Ramirez stats by month. If anybody beats me to it,
they got Pasquatch with the hamate bone this year too, I think.
Dude, Jose Ramirez is hitting 235 this year. He's a career 277 hitter. He's hitting 235 with a 335 on base percentage. All career lows.
Granted, he had a really bad start.
Aside from his 2015.
And he's actually started before he got injured. He actually was starting to get going again. Like he started to get hot, and that the stats were starting to climb. And then, obviously,
is that when you traded him?
Yeah.
So since he's come back in July, he's hitting 212. Here, I'll just give you the post All-Star stats because that's July and August combined. So he's hitting 225 with 0 homers, 6 RBIs, and 13 walks. He has a 324 on base percentage. He has a 571 OPS. I have him in fantasy, and that's the only reason why I know this, because I've been benching him. But, like, dude, he is not the Jose Ramirez that we know and love. Like, I don't know. I trust that he is who he is because he's been who he is now for freaking, like, 8 years, 10 years. But with that being said, like, I don't know. I'm worried about the guy. I'm worried about that hamate.
Yeah, bro. It really is no joke. If you can't hold a bat, bro, and like grip it, it's not.
Dude, he's
It's
got a 571 OPS, dog. So bad.
yeah, it's bad.
It's not good.
Hey, do you guys think McGonagall is an MVP level player, or is it too early to say that he could be an MVP one day?
Yeah, I think he could be.
Read off his stats if you have them.
Dustin Pedroia was an MVP.
On base percentage, 136 RC plus. He's got a 4.5 F WAR, and he's walking more than he strikes out at the big leagues, which is insane.
He'll eventually be a full-time shortstop. He's got the premium position. He's got speed. He's got the hit tool. He can get into his power swing from time to time. So yeah, I think why not?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, dude. It's hard to watch some of these Tiger games now, especially because they're over there. It's hard. It's hard to watch them.
Did they lose again to the Royals today?
I think so.
What do you guys think about?
They got swept by the Royals, dude. I'm telling you, the Royals are wrecking shop on that AL wildcard race. They swept the Twins. They swept the Tigers. If I tell you, wait, let's go look at the Royals schedule real quick. Do they have anyone? Oh shit! They got Toronto.
They're playing the Padres.
Toronto's about to get swept.
Too.
Toronto's about to get swept, dude. They don't have Dylan Cease or Soriano going in this series. They're in big trouble. Toronto's in big trouble this week, dude. I rescind my pick. Oh, well, hang on. They got the Guardians after that. They're in trouble too. I'm kind of liking Baltimore right now, dude.
Let's go. Oh my
I'm
god.
kind of liking. Hey, dude, you don't want to play Kansas City right now, dog. They're on a W8. Bobby Witt is hot as can be. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness. The Jays and the Guardians have 2 series against the Royals, dude. Watch out. Both those teams, I'm actually de facto eliminating them. Give me the
Give me the O's, baby. Give me the O's, baby. You said all NL West. Or all NL East. Or sorry, AL.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Rangers or Orioles or Twins or the Mariners figure it out somehow. I think they're the most dangerous, but we talked about this last week. They're frustrating. I don't know. They can't hit. Donovan's on the 7-day IL with a concussion.
I was going to say, can we go back to the Tigers for 1 second? Have you seen the people were saying that the Dodgers magic is worn off on Zaire Hope? Because as soon as he became a Tiger, like he was like a 1 for 20. And he had like 16 strikeouts in 13 games. And they're starting to panic, being like, what's happening? Who is he now?
It's all good, dude. They got the 28-year-old River Ryan.
I wouldn't be.
And I'm not hating. I'm just saying it is funny how people are always like these Dodgers prospects. They trade them. They're so highly touted in their system. And then what? So
I wouldn't be too worried. The Eastern League is not easy place to hit whatsoever, especially go to a new team, middle of the year, packing your stuff up, moving across the country.
Yeah, definitely.
From dry Texas heat to, East Coast humidity, dealing with that, living in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's just a whole different change. Like there can be so many external factors that we don't know what's going on. And I would chop up the deadline trade to just see how it goes as a full season, either in AA or AAA for him. I wouldn't be too worried if I was.
You know what, dude?
Tigers fan.
What? I'm kind of psyching myself into this. The Royals are making the playoffs.
All right, okay? If you're gonna call that's rage bait. That's rage bait.
I'm just saying, dude. I look at the schedule. They might get hot. They are hot. They're on a 8-game winning streak. Watch out. Schedule's gettable. They're playing a lot of teams in front of them.
No, if you said the Phillies are gonna have done this before,
dude.
If you said no, your words. If the Phillies are gonna ride this wave all the way up, you know what waves do? waves come right back down, and it's gonna find its way even to the bucket.
Doesn't
Okay?
matter,
So,
dude.
No,
Dude.
Into the
no,
bucket.
it doesn't matter. No,
They've got a
no, 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 no,
healthy
no, no,
Bobby
no, no,
Witt
no,
who's hitting
no.
like 400 over this stretch.
And they have a
got
healthy
the
Luis
Pasquatch back.
Arraez hitting like 400. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
Carter
You
Jensen.
can't be doing this
He's a-
bullshit. If you're gonna
Luis
say the
is
Phillies,
hurt.
They got the
Oh, he is?
Italiano Paisano,
I
Jack
mean,
Caglione.
he got hurt,
His
Yeah.
hamstring is bugging him. I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
He's day-to-day.
Dude, hamstrings are
He'll
the
be fine.
fucking worst, bro.
he'll be fine.
Hamstring.
dog.
It's like when Jalen Green was doing that hamstring injury all year long. I was like, bro, this guy's
Marsh,
cooked.
did Luis Arraez always do his antics in the box with the stomping around and the
Yeah, of
Like-
course.
He's always done that in San Diego.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
Yeah.
watch that closely, dude. When he started doing that with the Giants, I was like very like, dude, this is awesome. Like it catches your attention for sure. He's like very animated in the box. Like he fouls a ball off and he like gets down into a squat and like grunts
Yeah.
and is like, ooh, I miss that. You know what I mean? Like he's very animated. He's a dog though. I miss him. Giants are trash, dude.
Well, what do you
I had
guys-
somebody.
like?
Go ahead, Marsh. Go ahead.
It's just on the Luis Arraez. I was gonna say like, so, I mean, he's had a pretty good career for what he is, right? He's gonna hit for a high average, gonna get over 200 hits, right? He's starting to play good defense, but he couldn't seem to find a contract, right? The Giants signed him 1 year, 12 million. So then, what are we looking at now? Like he's doing it again. He's all-star playing high-level defense. Now what? He's still 29.
I hope he goes back to the Giants. To be completely honest with you, I hope he goes back to SF. Why not? If they pay him a bag,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what kind of contract are we looking at? Like, he could only get a 1 year deal. So, how much can he? Is this another prove it?
think
Like, he proved it this year.
I think he gets like a 3-year 60 to 70.
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say 3 or 4 between 50 to 80. 80's pushing it. I would say like 40 to 70.
I don't even know though, but it's interesting with the lockout coming. Who knows?
Yeah.
I had a friend of show reach out to text me to talk about the Giants. So I'm talking about the Giants right now. Just know that I'm talking about the Giants, but that's all we're gonna do because there is nothing to talk about.
Yeah, there's
The whole bullpen. I'll just say this much about the Giants. You can keep Dylan Smith. Everybody else, okay, Keaton win. Everybody else, goodbye. I don't care. Good riddance. I'm every time I go to watch a Giants game, it's just torture. Don't do it, Giants fans, whoever's listening. Don't do it. They stink. The lineup's trash.
Whoa! These are my friends you're talking about.
Oslivas Basabe was leading off today, dude. I mean, sure, great. Maybe he's the next Otto Lopez. I doubt it, but yeah, the lineup's trash, dude. The lineup's trash. I'll come out and say it.
Can we? Can we get Scott Bandura in the big leagues? Can we find some room for Scott Bandura? Like, it's about time he gets a shot in the bigs the last couple weeks. Just want to kind of throw it out there. He's been absolutely crushing, just like Turner was in AAA. I know it's kind of hard with the clogged outfield, but like, if we're gonna call up everyone, you might as well send down Barracoto for a little bit, bring him back up.
Barracoto's decent. I like him. Why are you want to send him down?
Because Scotty's bro. Go watch some Scotty highlights, bro. Scott Bandura.
Dog. Barracoto's actually done something. He had to walk off
What
homer
about
and actually.
What about some Park? What's his name? Parks Harbor.
Yeah, Parks Harbor too.
Yeah,
Parks is
amen. Pull him up. He looks exciting. I don't want to watch any more Christian Koss. There, I said it. I hate being negative. I don't like talking about people like this. This doesn't make me feel good. But like, by all means, like, what's the plan? Like, do you want to get Parks Harbor ABs in the minors, or you want to maybe let him show himself in the bigs so that maybe we can see if we have something next year? Like, we know what Christian Koss is, dude. He filled in last year and he's filling in right now. We know what he is. He's good. He's a good utility backup infielder. It's great. We don't need any more of them. We don't. We've got to set infield if all goes according to plan next year. At best, he's a backup, which Guess what? There's going to be a whole line of those next year available. Look at what Vaughn Grissom is for the Angels. You can go get those guys anywhere.
That's empty calories. You said.
I can't stand, dude. Why is Buddy Kennedy playing for them right now, dude? What is that?
Speaking of that shit, speaking of catchers getting called up and sent back down.
Why is Kisner playing for them?
He's playing? I haven't seen him play yet.
Yes. What are we doing? Tony V's talking post game like they have to win. It's like we've had enough time to be developed. It's like, dude, this is development time.
I understand it's a business too. I get that. But how fucked up is it to bring up Zach Morgan for 6 innings of baseball?
I don't like anything.
No. For 6 innings for baseball.
Like it.
How fucked up is that? I understand. It's a business. I understand this part. The human aspect of it is like, what the actual fuck is that about?
Giants lost their way, dude. We're bad.
He got a $5,000 paycheck and got to sit in the big league clubhouse. I mean, that's fucking awesome. I'm glad for Zemo. I'm happy for Zemo. But to call him back down that night of after flying up from SAC that day, at least get the guy a game or two. You called him up. What are you playing for? We have nothing to play for.
It was emergency use. I get it in that sense, but dude, this team's a joke.
Marsh, congrats on Padres. You signed Andrew Kisner.
Congrats to Padres.
You signed Andrew Kisner to be the backup. You might as well let Zemo play. He was barely playing in AAA. Like, you might as well let him play in the bigs. Like, get him some reps. Like, see what he can do. Like, we're basically having fucking tryouts. Like,
they're gonna argue having the veteran presence around is more important.
We have plenty of fucking vets. We have plenty of fucking.
I agree.
If anything, Zemo.
agree.
No. Listen. Zemo is the best, and I mean, Zemo is the best catcher calling games, blocking and owning the game I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it from college to low A to high A to double A. If I want one guy calling my fucking game, it is Zach Morgan. He knows how to control a game. He is a great defensive catcher. Like, he understands the pitchers, the scouting report. He understands that. So to say you need a veteran behind the plate, Zemo could have been that veteran presence. He plays like an older guy.
Dog, Devers and Adames should be the veteran presences right now. Like, that's what they're being paid for.
That's not what we're saying. Exactly.
It's a
different. I understand, but that's my point with like Kisner and these other guys is like, there's no need for them. You've got the guys. That's what you're paying them for. You don't need 300 or however many, whatever thousands of whatever millions, however much Kisner or whoever's getting paid, and that doesn't even matter. But like, those should be the leaders who are kicking the guys in the butt and saying, "Hey, what you're doing is not acceptable. You got to run out every ball. We're a big league team. We're the leaders. You fall in line."
But we're talking about specifically handling a staff.
Yeah, we're talking about a GM decision of calling up a guy for 3 fucking hours for 6 innings of baseball to then send him to call his family up. Obviously, I'm sure they drove up that night. Hey, mom, dad, I'm going back down. Sorry. I cannot reiterate.
Don't let him call
anyone. Dude, I cannot reiterate enough. Zemo is the best defensive catcher I have ever fucking played with. If you would have given him a shot, he would have been a fucking big league catcher back there. Calling the game, blocking with control, controlling the run game, all that stuff. It's just kind of bullshit.
And I'm glad AK went off because obviously it hits closer to home for us. Like, if this was a random team and a random player, like, it's still super scummy, right? Like, we would be like, yeah, that's horrible. But this is more personal, so it feels like even louder.
I'm sure he went in, talked to the skipper. Hey, the plan is with you. We're going to go X, Y, and Z with you and go get ready for tonight's game. Or I'm sure it was after the game they talked. Because obviously he showed up in the 3rd fucking inning, had their meeting, had their discussion. Hey, this is our plan. Good, nice to meet you, Skip. Yada yada yada. Hey, we'll see you in the morning. Be ready to go. Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Hey, ding 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 ding. Hey, you're actually coming back down to AAA. Sorry. Nah, fuck that shit. That is fucked up. I don't care. Any last thoughts, boys?
That's 52.
Wait.
Can I make my last point on it, Marsh, and then I'll let you close it?
Go ahead.
That's 52 and 78 movement. That's all I got to say. Marshall, go ahead.
Yeah, some bullshit.
I was gonna say that I re-downloaded Twitter just to search Zach Morgan, so I could just see what people were saying, right? Like, were fans mad? Obviously, they're not going to be as mad as us, but like, what were they saying? Like,
Hey,
what are
doesn't he
people
get a
saying?
check at least? Doesn't he get a
Who,
nice big league check?
bro? I'd rather get paid. I mean, I'm sure you could ask him. He'd rather get paid $0 and just play one game.
I agree, but
I'm
But
sure he was on the 40-man roster and he get $5,000 a game basically. So he got $5,000 in his pocket for flying out to SF. Cool. But once again, that's not the point. The point is you got called up to play in a big league game. Your entire dream has been to make the big leagues, as anyone ever is, to get there, to say, hey, Skip, nice to meet you. I'm Zach Morgan. And then get a call, whatever it was, either that morning or that night, say, hey, you're going back to fucking Sac, is fucked up. I get it's a business, but that is a scummy fucking thing to do. And not to just sign some guy out of thin air who's, who was on the team
well, that's
before
what I
him
was
as
going to
DFA in the
say.
past.
on the other side of the hill.
That's what I was gonna say on Twitter. So some people obviously said, "Oh, cool, Kisner's back." Like whatever. Like not that he was great, but like I don't know, him and Drew Gilbert have like weird chemistry, right? So like, cool. But and then other people were like, "Damn, that's messed up." Like let the kid have a chance to play. Like you called him up for what? But out of all that, my favorite tweet was just a random guy who was just like, "Oh, we got Kisner back. I always loved how he couldn't hit or throw people out. He's perfect." Like that was probably the best tweet I've ever seen. Like, oh, he's off. He's perfect. Perfect for this team.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Adamas, I didn't see this. Adamas and Barracuda left early today, so watch out. They might be on the shelf. Maybe we'll get called back up.
If Barracuda's on the shelf, please bring up Bandura. Bro, he has been absolutely raking. He has been absolutely going off. Ben, another guy you'd love. Another guy.
Dude, I'm not. I don't watch this team anymore, dude. I click in and I just get depressed.
I know you don't watch him, but you'd love him. So
I do watch, and you know what? That's the problem is I do watch to some extent, but then I can't watch the whole thing because it just turns into it.
We have a lot of good young guys. I'll say that.
It turns into your old background, AK, and then I just really can't deal with it.
I actually
and
just changed.
Really
I just changed this today. Actually, I changed this back today.
What was I going to say to close it out? Oh, Joe Swar. For the fans, Joe Swar. That's the guy, dude. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to hear. Joe Swar's coming.
Is that some kind of cryptic message? Am I missing something here?
Joe Swar Gonzalez had a 4-hit game. He's the MLB Pipeline's number 17 prospect. That's the future.
Yo, hey, level. I mean, we have some absolute dogs. Dakota
Luis
Jordan.
Hernandez.
Like we have a lot of good guys, and we have a lot of guys too that aren't even top 30 guys. Like Scotty. Scott's not a top 30 guy, but I guarantee you he's the guy getting called up to the bigs if Barracuda actually gets on the IL.
Like Gavin Killen.
Yeah, we have a good
Not
little
top 100,
thing.
but very good.
Mars, last thoughts? You good?
I'm good. I'm just looking up someone on the Giants because I didn't know who he was.
Shout out Tugboat.
Yeah, that was fun to see. Let the kids play. Like dead ass, let the kids play. What are we fucking playing for at this point? Let the fucking kids play. So, all right, man. Absolute fun episode. Always great sitting down talking ball with you guys. And until the next one, peace.
Shout out Tugboat.